consistency, dedication, loyalty, devotion, integrity, commitment, flexibility, resilience, courage, bravery, just to name a few. What do those words say about you? Just to name a few. What do those words say about you? Because that's what it takes for inner work. That's what it takes for self-development. That's what it takes for emotional intelligence, aka maturity, emotional balance, emotional stability. Because mental health is a problem, whether we want to recognize it or not. You hear me? And every one of us somewhere may have somebody in our family that may be dealing with a medical health issue, whether it's medically recognized or not. You hear me? Let's be 100 about it. So, you know, it's important to be honest with our emotions. You know, why else would, man, if out of all the things that we're learned to do, out of all the things that we're trained to do, out of all the things that we're programmed to do, why isn't it more of importance for us to be honest with our feelings and exercise constructive and creative ways to exercise those feelings, even when they're not in the most positive or highest regard? You hear me? Because if so, we'll have a whole lot more transmuters of high vibration, positive high vibration. See, because high vibration could be on the dark side too. You got high vibrational people that's on the dark side. Just as well as high vibrational people on the light. I need to make that clear because I hear a lot of, I be paying attention. You know, I watch all this shit like a snow globe. For those who get it, cause you gotta go in yourself and start from the ground floor and work your way up to your penthouse, you know, and then step outside on the balcony and look back at it all. And if you could do that, then you can understand when I say what I say when I say I see all this shit from a snow globe. So anytime I come through and I share my wisdoms on whatever I'm sharing my wisdoms about, you know, this just me looking back on things, you know, looking back on things and what it has taught me and the light that it may share on those who hear what I share, you know, and what you could teach yourself from it. Cause I can't teach you nothing, but I can learn you a whole lot of things. You hear me? If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. Yesterday gone. I'm grateful for another one. Stillness, good things, love, light, health, and wholeness. If you're on the other side of this message, I hope you're grateful for another one. And with that, what have you done with this one? You know, you're grateful for the yesterday that you had, and that's gone. What are you grateful for in this day that you have, which we call today? You know, what did you do today to become a better person than you was yesterday? You hear me? And you shouldn't have to go into yesterday to be able to answer that question. You should be able to go to 5 minutes, 5 seconds, 30 minutes, at least an hour. You know, this should be this should be consistent, because it is consistent. You know, so we don't have time to be getting minus. We gotta stay conscious of what we need to be conscious of, concerning ourselves at all times. You hear me? What did you do today to become a better person? You know, because you can't take days off. Consistency will be key. And self-mastery, or I want to say self-mastery, because what is the mastery of self beyond being able to exercise, demonstrate, apply, and make use of our spiritual powers, our divine powers, or our divine energies, or our divine angels, or angels of light within the compartments of ourself. You can call them chakras, you can call it what you want, energy centers, you can call it chi, you can call it what you want. There's a lot of names to it, but we don't want to get lost in the names. We want to stay on what the message is, because it's easy to get caught up in the rapper. You know, it's easy to get caught up in the rapper and forget what you purchased for that was in the rapper in the first place. So, in other words, don't get caught in the messages. Pay attention to the message, you know, because we can't take days off. And I say that because I was having a conversation. Because if you take days off, man, or if you let your guard down, or if you let your hair down, you know, or you get off point, you hear me? It's always something that'll try to slip through the crack, you hear me? And remind you, if you ain't slipped through the cracks enough, that you still on point to recognize what you're being reminded of. Otherwise, if you don't see it because you don't let your guards down that much, it already got you, and you don't know, and you don't know till the drama don't occur, you know. And when drama occur, you know, trauma come with it usually, you know. But when you're not trauma bonded, you realize that in all that you had common with those that you had something in common with, when you no longer trauma bonded, you realize that you ain't got nothing in common with the people, place, or things that you used to have the most things in common with. That's growth. That's growth. That's growth. You hear me? That's growth. And from those lessons that we acquired by going through those phases that what I said just spoke to, it teaches us how to pick better universes for ourselves by showing us all the moments and all the times that we picked the wrong universe to be in. You hear me? Chip, rock with me, baby. You know? Which makes me think about something this old pops used to say: how you get it is how you lose it, young man. And how you pick it. And how you pick it if you ain't choosing. You hear me? How you get it is how you lose it, young man or young woman. And how you pick it if you didn't choose it. The moral to that, all these years later, is choose what choose you, because that's what you choosing, not because you being chose. Because we're in a time where everybody's saying they chosen, but if you ask them what they chosen for, they can't tell you. So if I can't tell you what I'm being chosen for, that means I'm able to be swept off my feet by anything, you know, that's superior, like it's choosing me. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. You hear me? Yeah. If you've seen it before, then you know. And if you've seen it, what did you do different? Because the things I'm sharing give everybody an opportunity to do something different. If you've seen the things that I have seen through the things that I have shared, then the wisdom from the things that I have seen through the wisdom that I share give you an opportunity to do something different according to the things that you have seen, because that's what it gave me the opportunity to do. That's why I'm sitting here doing this right now. You hear me? This ain't what I came from, but I use what I came from, to do something different for those who gonna come after me and those that came along with me. You hear me? I know a lot of grown men that's little boys, and I know a lot of grown women that's little girls. Emotional maturity takes work when we have had traumatic experiences in our life. I get that, but I don't have no sympathy for that, because I did the work, and I continue to do the work each and every day. Because I don't ever know when something, with something that's been stored in the recesses, my soul's memory gonna pop up on me through a dark night of the soul. So I stay consistent. You hear me? So whatever appeal, whenever it appeal, when it think is, I'm not strong enough, so it can appeal, pop up. I deal with it. It's mental. It's mental. It's mental work. Take work. We got to drill ourselves. If you're not drilling yourself each and every day, you need to be drilling yourself each and every day. Shaping your mind, molding your mind, training your mind, taming your mind in some cases, because our mind a mofo. I know what our mind capable of doing to us. I know the places that our mind capable of taking us, especially when we ain't got our spirit intact, especially when our soul ain't intact. You hear me? And if we all out of whack with all three of those compartments I just mentioned, then man, ain't no telling what might be going on. But I don't been there before. If not this lifetime, a previous one. You hear me? I don't been there before, so I understand. That's why I speak to these things. If you seen it, what did you do different? Because it's a lot that I seen that made me want to do something different. Because everything that I seen, I didn't like. Everything that I seen, I didn't. I did not like, but everything I seen, I didn't like. You hear me? So in those moments, a lot of seeds was planted in me that would take root, and become plants, and those plants become flowers, in different portions, in different phases of my life, since I've been on this journey, and it blossomed into something beautiful, it blossomed into something beautiful, yeah, in a lot of ways, but it made me want to do something different, but I had to be something different. Not that I wanted to be other than myself, but I had to do some things within myself, within my being. So what I was reflecting, wasn't reflecting the things that I came from, the toxicity that I came from, the dysfunctional family structure that I came from, the karmic cycle that I came from, the fussing and fighting that occur in the household that we come from, so forth and so on, that we come from. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all know what I'm talking about, let's be 100 about it. Cause until we able to do that, man, ain't no healing occurring. And if ain't no healing occurring, then ain't no feeling occurring. And if ain't no feeling occurring, then what are we calling ourselves? You hear me? Because we calling ourselves a lot of things. But those who've been paying attention, cause you paying attention in yourself, know that what a lot of people calling themselves, they ain't did that work. Titles is popular right now. Titles is popular right now. And I don't care nothing about And I don't care nothing about titles, and I don't care nothing about stats. You hear me? I never have. You hear me? You know. And the more titles and more stats you might have, the more suspicious I may be about you. You hear me? Because those are the ones who got the most to hide. Usually the ones with the most to lose got the most to hide. you hear me? Don't get it twisted, man. Otherwise, what you see on internet and social media, it'll fool you. And in most cases, it got a lot of people thinking that that's what they want too for them. You know, but they don't know the evils that men do and women do. You hear me? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. If everything about spiritual development, then to many it's become clear that I'm way more than you. It may become clear to you too that I'm way more than you see with the physical eye. But my point is, you are too. But how much of that do you know about yourself? How much of that do you believe about yourself? You know? Because that's what's going to make the difference for you. You hear me? And if you know that for yourself, have you got to know it for yourself? You don't listen, you're going to miss it. If you know it for yourself, have you got to know it for yourself? You see? Because we can listen to other people's stories and get lost in them and forget that we have a story too. So how much do you know about yourself? And if you know that for yourself, how much do you know it for yourself? How much do you know your story? Because if you know it for yourself, you should know it in yourself. We got to start challenging people, family. If you're challenging yourself, it should be easy to challenge people. Not that we're challenging people, but we have to challenge people. That's what I'm led to say. We have to challenge people through the ways that we challenge ourselves, you know. And that's not competitive in meaning, you know. I'm challenging y'all now. When I come and drop these messages, I'm challenging us. With the things that I say, whether you see it as a challenge or not, or you see it as welcoming. I'm challenging us. I'm challenging us to look at the things that's being presented, you know, because the things that I present all deals with human nature. Nobody can get around the things that I be presenting. We don't experience it. You hear me? You know, if you can see it, how does it relate to you? See, that go back to if you can see it, what did you do different? Because all of us have I don't got no kids. On the other, 9 times out of 10, I don't got no kids or watching this video. So if you're an adult, if you're 15 years, you could be 15 years older, because I hope, you know, it's my highest intent to reach the youth. I want to reach the youth more than I reach my peers, because if the youth if the youth can get this wisdom that I'm dropping while they early, if they can utilize this wisdom that I'm dropping and while it's early, you hear me? It'll save you a lot of disappointment. You hear me? The younger you are hearing this, the better off you will be. If you could take heed to what's being said and apply it in your life, because you still got so much life to live. I would hope so. You hear me? Words cause curves, you know. And in order to walk the straight and narrow, you know, you're gonna have to know how to bend some curves, you know, to avoid some things. You hear me? And if you can learn without needing an experience, to have the experience that would normally be needed to know the same things without having the experience needed? Well, put yourself in a situation that you don't have to be in by having an unwanted experience. I wish I would have known this when I was younger, because I put myself in a lot of situations, a lot of unwanted experience, because I ain't listen, I ain't take heed, I had a good relationship with the old heads coming up, and I still got a good relationship with the old heads. Most of them look at me as the elder now. You hear me? And that's a compliment. That's an honor. You hear me? That's a passing of the torch that I gratefully and I humbly accept. You hear me? And another reason that I sit here and drop jewels. You hear me? But yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, we can't turn back now. Once you tune out, once we learn to tune out the illusion, and we turn in, we tap in and turn on within ourselves, we can't turn back. What's out there? Everything inside, you hear me? You hear me? Yeah. Everything inside. I just wanted to come through and beam some light on a few things, raise some kundalini, energetic energy. For those who don't know what kundalini is, chi, you hear me? And walk through a few thresholds with us, through this mind shift. And in order to go through the threshold, you gotta be willing to step through. Many don't. We for those who still around, you'll get this. But I appreciate those who have come through on this journey, been rocking. Many don't fell off. And for those who still around, because we've been rocking since COVID. So for those who still around, know, man, we done been through the mud and back. You hear me? We done been through the mud and back. You hear me? And it's a lot. The sun's shining a lot more right now in the present, than it was previously. You hear me? We done did a lot of work. We done did a lot of healing. We done did a lot of putting light on things, pulling things up and looking at it for what it is, and transmuting it how it need to be, and shifting it and changing it and transforming through it. You hear me? And we ain't finished yet. You hear me? It ain't no magic spell for doing the work. You hear me? I said all that to say it ain't no magic, for all you spell casters, it ain't no magic spell for doing the work. You hear me? And for those who doing the work, you ain't got to worry about no spells. You hear me? But otherwise, ask them who sent them. Who sent you? You hear me? Who sent you? If yeah. But let me start rumbling. What I'm gonna do for the emoji family? What we in, Taurus? Is it a bull? Is it a bull? I think we did that. Let me see. Can't turn back now. Put a door. Put a door. Put a door. We walking through thresholds, so we're gonna place a door in the comment section for the end of this month. Raffle. We're gonna put a door. We're walking through doors. We're walking through energetic doors. We're walking through spiritual doors. We're walking through astral doors. We're walking through mental doors. You know, we walking through emotional doors to higher elevation, you know, to higher growth, through maturity, through inner development. You hear me? Through manifestation. You hear me? By way of causation of mind. You hear me? We gonna continue to thrive, to command change in our life. I appreciate y'all for having me. We're gonna place a door in the comment section for the end of the month raffle, new subscribers. You may have heard me say it before, you may have not. I do a raffle at the end of the month, as long as I'm there to do it. If you watch the video, place the emoji in the comment section, which will be a door. Simple as that. Remember, feel good for no reason at all. Feeling good is feeling God. You hear me? Divine. Thanks for the likes, shares, comments, questions, donation, love offers, purchases, support in any shape or form. I appreciate y'all. Like and share the message. You hear me? Help the channel grow. I appreciate y'all. It don't cost us nothing. You hear me? Love. My name is Thru.